Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Dr. Razia and today we will discuss about our last lecture, renal failure and their treatment. Diagnostic tool for assessing the renal failure are the blood test and the urine analysis. The blood test included the blood urea nitrogen, which is elevated. Normally it is 10 to 20, and the creatinine, which is elevated, potassium elevated, phosphate, and the calcium one is the decreased. Phosphate also elevated, and in the urine analysis we will see the specific gravity of the urine, any protein come into the urine, and the creatinine clearance, which also comes into the urine. And other are the biopsy, ultrasound, and the X-ray. So first of all we discuss the acute renal failure. Sudden onset of the disease, hours to day, often reversible, severe, 50% mortality rate overall, generally related to the infections. Characteristics of the acute renal failure: homeostasis, static function affected, most electrolyte imbalance, volume regulation, and the blood pressure control. In the endocrine function affected, release of require which time to evolve. Renal size is preserved and evidence of acute illness. And the acute renal failure, there is sudden in glomerular filtration rate falls, retention of nitrogen, nitrogenous waste products such as urea and the nitrogen and creatinine and the other wastes. Within hour to days, about 5% of all the hospitalization, about 20% of the ICU admissions, and mortality rate is 50 to 80%. Independent risk factor for death, 5% increase in this disease. Now the chronic renal failure, it is slow progressive renal disorder related to nephron loss occurring over months to year. Causes of the renal failure are the diabetes, hypertension, glomerulonephritis, cystic disorder, developmental, congenital या infectious diseases. Neoplasm, obstructive disorder, autoimmune diseases, hepatorenal failure, scleroderma, amyloidosis, and the drug toxicity. There are certain phases of the chronic renal failure: reduced renal, preserved renal insufficiency, and end-stage renal disease. There are certain stages. In stage 1, according to the National Kidney Federation classification system, show the GFR less than 90 milliliter per minute despite kidney damage. No kidney damage, only the GFR, it become less than 90 milliliter. And in the stage 2, mild reduction, GFR 60 to 89 milliliter per minute, and GFR of 60 may represent 50% lost infection, and parathyroid hormone starts to increase. No symptoms, serum creatinine doubles up to 50% nephron loss. In stage 3, moderate reduction, GFR 30 to 59 milliliter per minute, calcium absorption decreases, malnutrition onset, anemia secondary to erythropoietin deficiency, left ventricular hypertrophy. In stage 4, the GFR 15 to 29 milliliter per minute, serum triglyceride increases, hyperphosphatemia, metabolic acidosis, and hyperkalemia. This is the severe disease. And the sign and symptom worsen if kidney are stressed, decrease ability to maintain the homeostasis. Stage 3 to 4, 75% nephron loss, decreased glomerular filtration rate, solute clearance, ability to concentrate urine and hormone secretion. Symptom elevated nitrogenous waste, urea nitrogenous waste, and the creatinine, mild azotemia and anemia will be occurred. In which the azotemia, it is in which the waste products or the nitrogenous waste products are more and come into the urine. And fifth, the kidney failure, GFR less than 15 ml per minute, and azotemia will be occur. Nitrogenous, all the waste come into the urine or reach in the blood. CNS symptoms also appear. In the fifth stage, the residual function less than 15% of normal, excretory, regulatory and hormonal function severely impaired, metabolic acidosis, marked increase in urea nitrogen, creatinine, phosphorus, marked decrease in hemoglobin, hematocrit and calcium, fluid overload. Uremic syndrome developed affecting all body system can be diminished with early diagnosis and treatment. Last stage of prophylaxis chronic renal failure, fatal if no treatment will be started. They have certain effect or different systems on the nervous system, mood swing, impaired judgment, inability to concentrate and perform simple math functions, tremor, twitching and convulsions will be started, peripheral neuropathy, restless legs, foot drops. And in case of the skin, pale grayish brown color, bronze color, dry, scaly, severe itching, bruise easily, uremic frost. On the eye, visual blurring, occasional blindness. Fluid electrolyte and pH, volume expansion and fluid overload, metabolic acidosis, electrolyte imbalances, especially the hyperkalemia will be shown. And the GIT, there is the uremic fever, anorexia, nausea, vomiting and GIT bladder. Uremic fever means there is foul smelling. Uremic smelling will be occur. And the anemia in case of the blood and platelet dysfunction will be started. Musculoskeletal system also involved. There is muscle cramps, soft tissue calcification, weakness related to calcium phosphate imbalances. In heart and lung, hypertension, congestive heart failure, pericarditis, pulmonary edema and pleural effusions will be occur. Endocrine and metabolic erythropoietin production decreased, so there is severe anemia, hypothyroidism, insulin resistance will be started. It can lead to the diabetes and growth hormone decrease, gonadal dysfunction, parathyroid hormone and vitamin D3 and hyperlipidemia. And treatment options are the hemodialysis, peritoneal dialysis, transplant, and nothing can to do after the transplant. Hemodialysis. What is hemodialysis? Removal of soluble substances and water from the blood by diffusion through a semi-permeable membrane. Hemodialysis process in which the blood removed from the patient into the extracorporeal circuits, diffusion and ultrafiltration take place in the dialyzer, clean blood returned to the patients. Like that, this circle will be formed. And how hemodialysis work? And temporary catheter, dual lumen catheter placed into the central vein, subclavian, jugular or the femoral. Advantages are the immediate use, no needle sticks, and disadvantages are the high incidence of infection, subclavian vein stenosis, poor fluid, inadequate dialysis, clotting will be occur. There are certain complications of the hemodialysis. During dialysis, fluid and electrolyte related hypotension, cardiovascular arrhythmias associated with the extracorporeal circuit, EXA, and neurological seizure and fever will be here. And hemodialysis during the between treatment, hypertension, hypotension, edema, pulmonary edema, and hyperkalemia, bleeding and clotting of the SS will be reported. Hemodialysis, if it is continued for a long time, the metabolic hyperparathyroidism, diabetic complication will be occur, chronic heart failure, AV excess failure, respiratory pulmonary edema will be occur, and the neuropathy will be started. Hematologically, anemia, GIT bleeding, calcium phosphate deposits in the dermis, and rheumatologically amyloid deposit will be shown. And genitourinary infections, sexual dysfunctions, depression, and the blood-borne pathogens will be disturb the normal life. Dietary restriction on the hemodialysis, fluid restriction, phosphorus restriction, potassium, sodium restriction, protein to maintain nitrogenous balance, to high waste products, to, to low waste products, decrease albumin, increase mortality. Second is the peritoneal dialysis, removal of soluble substances and water from the blood by diffusion through a semi-permeable membrane that is intracorporeal, inside the body. Continuous, there are three types of the peritoneal dialysis: capped, continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis, CCPD, continuous cycling peritoneal dialysis, and the intermittent peritoneal dialysis. Catheter pass into the peritoneal cavity in the capped, exchange 4 to 5 per time per day, treatment 24 hours, 7 days a week, solution remain in the peritoneal cavity except during drain time, independent treatment. Like that. Phases of peritoneal dialysis exchange. Number 1 is the fluid infused into the peritoneal cavity. Time 12 is the time fluid remain in the peritoneal cavity, and the drain is the time fluid drain from the peritoneal cavity. Complication of the peritoneal dialysis: there is infections, peritonitis, tunnel infection, catheter exit sites. Hypovolemia may cause hypertension, pulmonary edema, hypotension, hyperglycemia, and malnutrition. Obesity is also the complication of the peritoneal dialysis. Hypokalemia, hernia, and the cuff erosion will be occur. Many drugs or other their metabolites are excreted by the kidney. Dosage many change when used in the renal failure patients. The treatment, it is not the cure. After failure of the dialysis, the transplantation will be occur that restore of normal renal function, freedom from dialysis, and return to the normal life. Disadvantages are the lifelong medication, multiple side effects from medication, increased risk of tumor, increased risk of infection, and it is the risk of major surgery. Care for the recipient: major surgery with general anesthesia, assessment of the renal function, assessment of the fluid and electrolyte balance, prevention of infection, prevention and management of rejections, prevention of infection, major complication, transplantation due to immunosuppression, hand washing, crowds, kids, and patient educate about the transplantation. Rejection: hyperacute, perform antibodies to donor antigen, and the accelerated same as hyperacute but slower first week to month. A certain immunosuppressant drug will be used, prednisolone. Their side effects are Kushner changes, avascular necrosis, GI disturbances, diabetes, and the risk of tumor. Other immunosuppressant drugs are the azithromycin, prevent rapid growing lymphocytes, bone marrow toxicity, hepatotoxicity, hair loss, infection, and risk of tumor. Cyclosporin and other immunosuppressant drugs interfere with the production of interleukin 2, which is necessary for growth and activation of T lymphocytes. Side effects are the nephrotoxicity, hypertension, hepatotoxicity, gingival hyperplasia, and infection will be shown. So these are all about the renal failure, both and the treatment, dialysis and the transplantation. So this is our last lecture. I hope you will understand. So prepare all the renal physiology and be ready for the test. Soon I will announce the dates. Thank you.